Hello. Hello, testing. Hello folks, hello beans, hello fellow beans. This is Roy here, I'm Roy, and this is the multimedia cast, eventually, Blue Bean Harvest. There we go, there's a slab of coffee. Now, you can tell I'm not a professional at this, I'm not worried about production. The bottom line is I've got information to share with you, and I'm just going to do it the best way that I can. I would like this show at the outset to be considered as a seed to grow into pod and YouTube video, radio possibly, TV channel ultimately, with lots of people involved, talking about nothing more than being. So why am I here? What is Blue Bean Harvest all about? Well, Blue Bean Harvest is all about the new age. It's about the Aquarian age, okay? And as we close down in density 3 and we open up in density 4, there are things to be aware of in the sense of an opportunity. A lot of people have come into our awareness at this time. We've got a big population here. And the reason that people have come in is to take up the opportunity of the extreme in experience that we've created here for the first time here on Earth. Planet Earth is going to move on to a 4th density experience. It's just a natural progression as a focus, as a change in energy. As we look at the Earth, the planet, it's going to change. And for people to exist here, we need to change our awareness. We need to expand our awareness. We need to be aware of more truth. And I'm not talking about personal truth. Personal truth is something that is subject to a lot of change. If we personal truth, we generally think of us here, what I call the beast, the animal, as opposed to the higher self, which is the other self, okay. Other self in the sense of, if you think of the big G, God, being the self. Anyway, look, I'm going to do, this is what the show is all about. It's spirituality, very, very focused. And before you switch off, let me just give you a couple of things. I am going to share with you a system, effectively, that I've taken pieces and put together a jigsaw that will greatly enhance and speed up your own personal transformation. And I'm going to lay out a specific pathway over a given period of time, which is cyclic, and you will then be aware of the nature of your purpose here. Remember that I'm just sharing my awareness here, and I'm sharing my awareness as words for any and all who would listen with interest in themselves and their own future. Okay. Remember, I'm just a being like you. I have a different awareness, a very different awareness, and I'm sharing that now. Okay. So, I want to change the world. It's true. If I'm going to change the world, just be aware that to try and keep me on track, I've set up a 10-minute timer. When that timer goes off, I'll close. I don't think I'm ever going to go over 15 minutes. That's not my desire. Otherwise, you're going to go to sleep. And the information I give, I want to deliver it in such a way so that you can assimilate it. I don't know if these are going to be daily or weekly or whatever at the moment. It's just coming out. But it's very important stuff. So ultimately, you have to make a choice. And the choice that you've got here is whether you are of a mind to be of a service to self, which represents a particular polarity, or whether you are looking at service to others, which reflects a different polarity. Now, I mention that straight away because polarity is key to pretty much everything. Okay, you can consider polarity as the ultimate conceptual device, imaginary thing that you can hold in your hand, because it's at every moment in your awareness it's applied. Yeah, it's either this or that, positive or negative, left or right, up or down, in or out. Everything is polarity. With regards to big G, I'm going to talk a lot about the big G. I've done a big video which was about 59 minutes long, or 55 minutes long, and I was quite disappointed to see that only 39 people watched it. No interest whatsoever, and that's just my perception of the universe, the big G, life, everything, the whole thing, how it all works. But then I'm not a scientist, so I've obviously got a small brain. What would I know? And I know that scientists wouldn't give me the time of day. But there you go. That's another story. I'm not even going to go down that path. There's so much, when you consider that I'm exactly the same. I'm just a being. I've come out as an animal. I've developed. I've become aware. I've expanded. I've recaptured. I've remembered. I've experienced. I've seen. I've channeled, visioned, and these are things that I'm going to share. To me, they're quite profound, because ultimately what I see is in this world, it's this huge focus on me and this very little awareness of I, and it's because I love you so much and I see the I in everyone, that I'm here. What I see is a world full of children, me included. I've got a mirror. Taming the beast, that's the goal. Understanding your nature, applying the archetypes of mind, applying things like notions of tarot. Yeah, that was highly used in Egyptian times. Think about Moses being taught in Egypt. The notion of Jesus, Christ, the notion of resurrection of self. These are things that I've commented on before. The notion of beast, taming the beast, I've commented on before. I'm going to talk about Antichrist. In fact, I might just do that now. I've got a very special way I'd like to do this. And it's going to seem silly, but you have to appreciate that think about the word is mightier than the sword. And with that in mind, I would like to just remind you of what anti actually means. So, anti, as, where are we? Anti, prefix, against, opposed. So, against Christ, so Antichrist, against Christ. So what is this? It was the beast, wasn't it? 666. Just going to do this and get it out of the way. All right, so Antichrist, so opposed. Anti-war, opposed. Anti-war, you're against that. So against the notion of Christ, okay? So what you're doing, your thoughts, thought, word, action. That's all we are, right? Awareness, based on awareness, puff, puff, puff. 3 things. So that was the anti-war. Anti-climax, opposite, anti-climax. Okay. Counteracting, e.g. anti-freeze. Okay, so it counteracts. So basically, if we come back again to polarity, every expression in awareness, okay, call it the universe if you want, references polarity. to go off in timer. We might well in a second. Yes, so Antichrist. The number of the beast is man. When you gorge, when you eat, when you don't look after your body in the sense of you view it as a vessel, a vehicle that's been gifted to you to use here to explore the expression in awareness, that extension of the big G that you are, yeah? That extension in awareness of God, that's what you are. So the Antichrist is simply anyone that is not on the great way, the path, the only path there is, yeah, because you're on a path. If you're not on the path, you're not on anything. And it all comes back to the path, okay? There's such a lot of nonsense out there at the moment. Yeah, the idea of the negative, the service to self, you're so silly. Anyway, anti. So that's Antichrist. It doesn't mean someone's going to come back. Can you imagine them years ago? It's like, oh, yeah, I had this vision, this vision. Oh, what was that then? What was that, John? Oh, it was about the Antichrist. The Antichrist, yeah, the Antichrist is the number of the beast, right? 666. Because the beast is man. What man? Oh, any man. Not any man, it's whom. Yeah, what man? What man? Who? And they're all. It's only one person's got to say who, and it's out there as a notion, isn't it? That it's someone in particular. When in actual fact, at the outset, it's all of us. And I'm going to show you the way out of this. And I'm going to do this quite quickly because it needs to be done now. Now is the time for you to consider this. Yeah? When you know the truth and you ignore it, that's a big deal. But it's still a choice. And it's a choice you have based on free will. All right? Something very big is going to happen very soon. Okay? Okay. Now is the time to listen. Let's have a look what this is doing. Well, there we go. And I didn't start it. Or it was silent, I don't know. Maybe the volume's turned down, but we didn't hear it go off. I'm going to get off. Sorry about that. This is 12 minutes. So that's the start, right? I've done Antichrist. I've told you what this is all about. This is very, very important information, and I'm going to share this thing with you freely for nothing. Because when the world changes, we can change the paradigm. Yeah? When we change the paradigm, we've got this balance. And it's all based on you. Do you want this? Yeah, can you get over this sense of self, this notion of ego, yeah, based here? Yeah, redirect your awareness. I'm going to do this. Sow seeds with words. I'm going to do this with poetry, as I said, spirituality and just chatting about spirituality and poetry. Let me finish with a poem written for this occasion. It's called Let's Begin. Let's Begin by Roy Thomas. One eye to fill you full of light that won't illuminate the night, but one for sure through which you see the sum of all soliloquy. If you have found the time to look, the time to pause and take a peek, become the bold, the strong, the true, the loving, feeling humble, meek, that you should now embrace a thought on which all futures truly lay, the law of one within your heart, unsettled by the words you say, unless the word deceives yourself, that it precludes receipt of sight, that leaves you nothing more than sleep, that you would waste eternal night. Behold the seed, a thought, a word, with hopes of billions being freed, all growing into new awareness, understanding, purpose, need, that every being begins to see a way for all to be much more, without a single human carcass rotting on some desert floor. And so each heart begins to blossom, seek the truth and feed the mind, embrace much more the love inside you, shun all energy unkind, smile and know all things occurring, simply part of process true, God inside, awareness growing. Feel the love that's loving you. Slowly, surely, beings awaken, dreams to see the day brand new, eyes to cast on new beginnings, all the choices, love we do. Simple pleasures from the changes, all to ease a gentle pace, light to fill the darkest chambers, here divine and full of grace. Why? I simply ask the question, tell me why it can't be so. There to sow a seed of freedom, there a truth for you to know. I just say we make it happen. Choose because we can. You see, there's so many treasures for you deep within your roots of tree. Lose the fear, the light confusion. Pause and think a little more of all the gifts that now surround you. Knocking then on heaven's door. Would you see this moment passing? Chance to catch and hold a dream? Know the end of human sadness. Life for all becomes serene. Simply pause and ask the question, what then would my life become if we were simply free to be beyond the setting of the sun? Here's the dawn, the new beginnings, promises of life brand new. Understand the true believing. Now, the choice is up to you. If you stayed to the end, then thank you. Thank you for sharing your awareness. I hope that you come back for more. This isn't a joke, this isn't a game. This is real. As I say, my name's Roy. This is Blue Bean Harvest. Until next time, stay safe in the light and the love of the one infinite creator, Adonai.